Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Okay, I'm over here. Don't, let's quit the joking around. Okay, so what are we doing out here in the cold, you might ask? Well, I'm freezing my butt off right now trying to make this intro because what happened was today's episode's intro that I recorded in my nice warm room over the holidays when I got this Nazgul and decided to do this whole build series. Whatever, rambling on. I somehow corrupted the intro for this episode, and that's why right now I'm standing in like -6-degree weather recording this intro for you, as I really want to get this video out. So here you go. Alright, so no clue where the voice portion for this clip went, but I'm just going to do a voiceover. But let's go build the firmware that our ELRS receiver needs. So we're going to open up the ELRS configurator, and then we're going to leave it on version 3.0, as I believe 3.01 is relatively new at the time of this recording, and I have a prior ELRS RX on my ProTech 35, so I don't want to like use 3.01 just and then mess things up with the ProTech 35. So I'm just going to leave it on 3.0 for now, just to keep things simple. So moving on, in the target field, make sure to type in the make of your ELRS receiver. So which manufacturer did you buy your ELRS receiver from? So I have a Jumper 2.4 GHz RX, and that's what I will be selecting. Next, as for the device, this should be the model of your ELRS receiver. So go back to the product listing of where you purchased your receiver, and it should have the device model name. And then with the flashing method, you have 3 methods, but honestly just pick Wi-Fi, as that's the easiest one of the 3. After selecting this, leave all the default settings as is. Do not change a thing, because you don't know what to do. So don't change anything at all. And then come up with a bind phrase. And just a quick note, keep this bind phrase private, as this is exactly just like your Wi-Fi password. You don't want to share with anyone you don't know, as they can access your device and do whatever they want. So basically keep your bind phrase private. As such, I will be doing that, and I've blurred it out for my purposes. So yeah, just come up with a custom bind phrase, and that's what you need to do. After setting up your bind phrase, click build, and this should proceed into the building phase of where it will it's kind of building all the code and software that you've selected, and getting your file ready. Okay, now that that's complete, access the folder that the ELRS configurator has just created. It should be flashing on your sidebar, and move the .bin file to your desktop or somewhere that's easily accessible for you. I'm just going to move it to my desktop, as we will be needing it in the next couple steps. So we're going to take the battery. I'm using a Funfly Tattoo battery. It's 1300 milliamps, 1550, and we're just going to plug it in. Granted, you want to have enough battery so that it doesn't drain the battery if this takes extended time, but this should be half charged, so we should be okay. So we're going to plug it in. Make sure you get the plugs right, you know, like the circle plugs better, square plugs, you know. Okay, there you go. So what you'll see is the green light flashing here, and this just means that the RX module is powered on and it's ready to be used. After about 60 seconds or so, from what I've read, it's supposed to enter Wi-Fi mode. And generally in Wi-Fi mode, it'll emit a Wi-Fi network for you to be able to connect to it using your computer. So we're just gonna wait until 60 seconds pass, and then it'll start flashing green like really rapidly, and that's when it's in Wi-Fi mode. So again, here's the elevator music, so enjoy.
Okay, so now it's in Wi-Fi mode. You can see it blinking rapidly, so we should be able to get a Wi-Fi signal from it. 1 second. And there you go. So a Wi-Fi signal just popped up. It's called Express LRS RX. You'll click on that and click connect. And once it connects, it might ask you for a password, it might not. I think I've previously used this before, so it might not ask me for a password, but for your reference, if this is your first time, your password it will be all lowercase express LRS. I'll put the somewhere on the screen right now. Okay, so once you connect, it'll pop up a window for you to, it'll pop up a window saying, okay, you've been connected. From what you need to do now is just open a new web browser. So just go any web browser right now and type in the address, the IP address. So it's the 10.0, here, 10.0.0.1. And that's the address that you need to use. All the meanwhile, this will keep flashing, so just leave it. Don't touch it. So here's the home page of Express LRS. If we scroll down, it tells you, okay, we're using this firmware, whatever. What we need to do is just do choose file. So we choose a file, and then we use the Express LRS bin file that we just created, which is on right now. It's inside our. Oh, okay. Let's just drag that out to our desktop so it's usable. So we will do that and refresh this. So it should be somewhere on our desktop. It's called AI on. Come on, where is it? Let's do this again. So choose file, desktop, AION. There you go. Okay, so here's the bin file. Let's open it. And there we go. Choose. And now we'll click the update button. So it'll have a nice status bar for you to see what it is it's doing. And it's being flashed right now. So we're just going to wait again. There you go. So now it's very fast. So that was like 1 minute or so. So right now it's update succeeded. So please wait for the LED to resume blinking before disconnecting power. Okay, so right now the LED stopped blinking, or it resumed blinking normally, so we can press OK. And I believe that's all we need to do for that. So right now this should be good to go. You'll notice that there is a solid green light. Before it was flashing rapidly or whatever. Right now it's solid green light, meaning it's been bound, meaning everything is good to go. We're good to set up, and then we're good to fly. But before we do that, we have to bind and activate our Vista. So that's going to be the next chapter. Okay, so to activate it, first you're going to plug in a USB Type-C cable into the Vista itself. So it's right here. So for this purposes, I didn't put anything together yet. I didn't screw it down, so then I have easy access. So we're going to plug this in, straight in there, just like that. Then we're going to take the USB cable, plug into our computer. All right, and then we're going to power it on. There we go. And now we're going to start DJI Assistant 2. If you need the download link for this, it will be in the description below. There we go. For what we're waiting for is this connected device to pop up. Right now we have an FPV air unit, which is the Vista here. So we're just going to be using that. So click there, and so we're going to activate the device. Activate your device when you first connect. So start activation. Confirm the account. So make sure you put your whichever account or DJI account that you need. If you need to make a DJI account, it'll prompt you. But since I already have another Vista on this account, I'm just going to use this. So I'm going to confirm. Who reads these things anymore? So we're just going to click agree, next, agree, confirm. All right, so it's going to be activating it, and activation success really quick. Okay, so we're going to do that. Complete. All right, so now that it's perfect and all, user survey, screw that, I don't need that. So right now we're on currently version 1.000608, and that's the official version that's proper right now. So we're gonna unplug this and make sure that the goggles are on the same version as well. Okay, so to bind the Vista and the DJI goggles together, you're gonna need first the battery plus the goggles on. You're also gonna need something to poke, so so we're just gonna use a staple that I got on a stapler. What we're gonna do is first we're gonna connect the quad together. There you go. So on the Vista itself, there is a bind button right next to the Type-C port, and it should be right here. So you're going to hit that and press the bind button inside of the goggles. It will be right underneath the power connector right here. So we're going to hit this. And we're going to press this as well. There you go. So now when you hear that DD, that means the whole process has been good. So now we can take out the camera protector, the lens protector, for the first time. And now we should be able to see image, which is perfect. All right, so now we're gonna move into the next part of this finalizing the setup process, whatever. We won't need the goggles anymore, so we can leave those down there. We're gonna need just the quad itself, plus a battery, and is this a Type-C? Yes, it is. And then we're gonna need the Type-C cable that you used earlier to flash everything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug the quad in. Okay, we're gonna plug the USB Type-C in as well. So we're plugging into the flight controller this time, so it'll be on the main board. So it's up here, right here. And then we're gonna plug that into the computer. And we're gonna start Betaflight. Okay, so Betaflight. Okay, so once Betaflight opens, it should detect the quad up here, COM6 Betaflight, yep. And we'll just hit connect. Okay, so that's our quad. So if we move the quad around, you see on the screen, it'll function to how the quad is being moved right now. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna mess around with the ports. So UART1 should be enabled, and then UART2 is the serial RX, I believe. Peripheral. Disable this because we're not using a VTX anymore, so disable. So everything should be disabled except this configuration MSP and UART2 serial RX. Save and reboot. And now the next one we need to do is in the receivers tab, we need to change this to serial via UART and serial receiver provider to Crossfire. Yeah. And RSSI channel, save and there you go, connect. Okay, so now, there you go. Now that we've enabled that, now that our controllers will control the sticks, and it should do the following like that. That's perfect. So now we will set up the different modes. So like acro mode, arm mode, disarm mode, etc., etc. So to do that, we will go to modes, and right now iFlight currently enables only two modes, which is arm mode and angle mode. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up my ProTech settings, and I'm just gonna copy that so it's uniform, so it's not a different quad in itself. So armed, on my ProTech I have it from 900 to like this mark right here. So once I hit this arm, it'll flip outwards and it will be disarmed basically. But once I hit arm, it'll go back to 1000, and that's when it'll arm itself. Now we're going to check that the motors do spin up by making sure everything is clear of the actual thing, so nothing gets chopped. Well, we don't have propellers on, so it should be okay. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to make sure the motors work. So motor direction, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that should be okay. Understand the risk. Okay, so the motors are spinning right now. I don't have any of the props on, so it's not flying in my face, but it's good. So stop motors, and I think that is it. We're ready for the test flight. Well, actually no, we have to build it and put the frame back together, and then we'll be ready for the test flight. So let's go put the frame back together. All right, so now we're gonna put the frame back together.